Two bowling-friendly pitches stalled the batting progresses of Sunrisers Hyderabad and Punjab Kings with stunning collapses in the matches. Travis Head's return to form, a tactical question around Ajinkya Rahane and Suryansh Shegde's arrival to the IPL scenes, and a lot more in today's edition of the 23rd Yard Club Cricket Podcast. Sunrisers Hyderabad were 105 for no loss at the end of the sixth over in their game against Punjab Kings earlier this season. It was the fourth highest score ever in IPL power plays before getting nudged down to the fifth by Punjab's effort in their 264-run chase against Delhi. Now, Hyderabad did not do too much after that power play and finished on 219 before Punjab Kings chased it down with 7 balls to spare. Fast forward to yesterday's game against the struggling Kolkata Knight Riders, and on a rather two-paced pitch, Hyderabad reached 105 for the loss of 1 wicket in the ninth over. Slower than the Punjab Kings game in getting to the 105, but on that Hyderabad surface, it was somewhat of an equivalent of making 105 in the power play. Travis Head, who till the start of the previous game against Mumbai Indians had accumulated only 186 runs in 8 games, clearly struggling to get going. Namandhir had put him down 3 times in that match and he scraped his way to a match-winning 76, and things looked to have changed for him. He got going yet again, hammered a 28-ball 61 on, as I described earlier, a slow pitch, and looked to have set the foundation for what could have been Hyderabad's 6th win in a row. Instead, the game showed how, yet again, we have evolved to a large extent in this format as well, where there's enough time for teams to come back from such horrendous starts and actually win matches. Kolkata Knight Riders nailed that point home in an exemplary manner against Hyderabad. On paper, KKR has a solid bowling attack, but they have never been able to deliver as a pack most tournament this season. Today was one such day when they did exactly that, where they delivered, and Varun Chakravarthy's words ring through from one of the previous games. As the season becomes older, spinners start to come more into it, and the Varun-Narine combination came away trumps as a result. Once Varun got head out in an over that had already gone for 16, the rest of the Hyderabad batting crumbled badly, which includes the vital wicket of Heinrich Klaasen early in his innings. Klaasen is not only third on the orange cap list, he also averages 53 this season, has a strike rate of 157 despite having batted in the middle overs, and he has performed rescue acts all tournament. His consistency has been another feather in the cap, having not scored less than 29 before the game and with 5 scores of 40 and above. For Cam Green to get him for 11 would have injected the KKR team with a kind of confidence that then bubbled over through the rest of the game. Now, the chase of 165 in that match wasn't the simplest on that pitch, and a win with 10 balls to spare looked exactly what the doctor ordered. But the question is, if KKR could have made a better effort in getting to the score quicker, say with 3 or 4 overs to spare instead of getting there at the 19th over, especially if they're serious about going on a bit of a run and aiming for the top 4. Now, realistically speaking, KKR in a state where even one loss from here on could all but end their campaign. So it's not like there are any realistic chances for them to make it to the playoffs. Now, teams have won multiple successive matches before. Hyderabad had won 5 in a row before this, which also includes KKR, who hold the record for winning 10 matches in a row between 2014 and 2015. So for them to win the next 5 here, and 8 in all, would help them make the playoffs, but it won't also be beyond the realms of reality. But it's safe to say that it doesn't happen that often. And KKR need to win, as I said, 8 in a row after having already won the last 3. And if they do go on to win the next 5, KKR's net run rate would automatically improve as well. So for now, it makes sense for them to focus on winning the games rather than give opponents a sniff for comebacks on that kind of a surface where it's easy to lose wickets in a cluster. So that's one side of the story, obviously. That being said, if one were to look at how T20s are evolving, a 36-ball 43 from Ajinkya Rahane at the top of the innings does raise a few eyebrows. Now, one of the main reasons why Rahane is opening the innings is because that's the best time for him to bat, for a batter like him to bat. His utility post the power play does decrease as compared to someone like a Cam Green, Angresh Raghuvanshi and Rinku Singh as well, which doesn't mean that he's their best batter as an opener either, but it's what they went with as a way to accommodate the captain. Well, that is understandable to some extent. It also needs to come with a caveat that post the power play, Rahane needs to find a way to keep ticking things over or retire himself out. Again, as I've said in one of my previous videos, that we are still evolving as far as the retired outs are concerned. And while it becomes more commonplace with time. It has already become a little commonplace right now. It also comes with some form of taboo, for want of a better word. But it might not have been a bad idea in yesterday's game for Rahane to have tried his hand at pushing the scoring for a couple of overs, say even till the halfway mark, and then gotten someone like a Rinku Singh or Rovman Paul or even someone like a Sunil Narine to take the bull by its horns. By the time Rahane got out in the 15th over, a lot of time had elapsed, and the win then took them 18.2 overs to achieve. Might not matter too much this season for KKR, I guess, but the sense I get is that competition will start to get more and more cutthroat, and it would make a lot more sense, and it would be a lot more commonplace, as I said, to make these tactical calls. Now, some other interesting moments from the game. There was that one-handed Roman Paul catch in which he not only adjusted the grasp on the ball in the middle of the catch while he was tumbling over, but also as he tumbled over, completed the catch and was then more worried about having smashed his shades. He will need new ones after that. Then there was one in which Ishan Kishan tapped the ball to mid-on, but there was no fielder there, and the bowler, Varun Chakravarthy, was hurting badly from a previous hit. So it was Angrish Raghuvanshi who treated us with a rare sight of a wicketkeeper running from his position all the way to mid-on to stop the batters from getting a second. And then there was Shivam Kumar who came out to bat and realized that he needed a different helmet. That probably brought back memories of Angelo Matthews getting timed out for a similar offense by Shakib Al Hasan in the 2023 World Cup. Thankfully, nothing like that happened here. And lastly, I feel for Harshar Patel, who is coming into this season with 105 IPL wickets from the previous 5 seasons. That's a whopping 21 each season consistently. And in the 4 matches that he's played here so far, he's got no wickets, and has conceded 11 runs per over. Difficult gig, this, the IPL. Punjab Kings have now lost 2 matches in a row, and due credit to them, they are still on the top of the table. But who has been the common exclusion from the team in these 2 matches? Well, Shashank Singh, obviously. Apparently, he's suffering from a hamstring injury, and I thought he was probably not selected because of his catching inabilities, but he should be fit for the next game. And while they're not missing his fielding too much, it looks like his batting, bowling, and lucky charm has been the difference. But jokes aside, the good news for Punjab, despite their defeat to Gujarat Titans last night, was the way Suryansh Shegde came into his own after having made the side as a replacement for Shashank in the previous game. When Shegde went out to bat, Punjab had fallen to 36 for 4. Very soon after that, they lost Shreyas Iyer with the score reading 47. That was the 5th wicket down in the 9th over. Shegde had only Marcus Stoinis left among the batters and Marco Jansen as an all-rounder. Such was the hold that Gujarat Titans had over Punjab at that stage that Shubman Gill actually got in a slip and shot leg for Rashid Khan in this day and age, reenacting a modern-day version of Gautam Gambhir's famous field for MS Dhoni way back in the day. This was that great Punjab Kings side which had chased down 264 in one game and 223 in another and made 254 batting first and a third. Instead, here they did not hit a 6 till the 13th over. Shegde joined the team on the back of just 10 IPL runs from his previous 6 matches. Not surprisingly, he had never hit a 6 in his IPL career before either. A Mumbai lower order batsman in the Mushtaq Ali Trophy, Shegde had never hit a 50 in the T20 format either. But he had rescued Mumbai a few times in that tournament. Punjab Kings needed that kind of rescuing here, but the level of bowling that Shegde was facing here was a notch or two higher. He had stumbled to a scrappy 14 ball 13 here, and Gujarat Titans were harboring hopes of bowling Punjab out for even 120, as even their reserve bowler Sai Kishore alluded to in a mid-match interview. It was in the 13th over that things changed for Suryansh Shegde. He got a ball on a good length, but on the middle on leg stump line, and with a very strong, stable base, he whipped it over the leg side for a 6. First of the game, the first of his IPL career. Something switched on for Shegde after that. Manav Sutar came on to bowl the next over, a mistake according to the broadcaster's set of commentators. Shegde ensured of that for sure. He got strike of the second ball and then went 6, 6, 4, 4 and 6 of the next 5 balls. 2 balls later in the next over, he got to his maiden T20 50. Now, he would go on to end on 59 of 27, finishing his quota of 6s with one of Kagiso Rabada as well before getting out in that over. Mumbai cricket fans had seen Shegde do this before. The rest of the IPL and the world now knows what he's capable of. So when Shashank does come back from his fitness concerns, it's difficult to see him replace Shegde in the side. It would have to be someone else. Now, Punjab obviously did not win the match, but this Shegde is not helped further that narrative around Punjab Kings that they will keep coming at you, even if they lose Priyansh Arya, or Prabh Singh, Cooper Connolly, and Shreyas Iyer cheaply, like we had seen what even Stoinis had done last match. So let me know in the comment section what you thought about KKR's win, about Shegde's knock, and about the rest of the things that happened yesterday in the world of IPL. Also, do subscribe to the channel. That's that from me today, but I will be back very soon next time. Till that time, bye-bye.